In 10 seconds.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and we're off to not the best start. I started in neutral. Still wasn't bad though. I got second place off the whole shot behind my friend Dominic Griffith, and my name is Ryder Sigety. I'm a 4-time national GNCC champion and a part of the AmPro factory support off-road team. This is 100 GP in the TOR series, and I'm here with my dad, 8-time Enduro national champion, Mike Sigety.
Definitely your best intro ever. Congratulations.
Yeah, I didn't screw up at all yet, and that was the first take. But this course right now is really not in bad condition. It's so fun. I mean, the jumps are perfect, and it's definitely not gonna look like this all day because the way that TOR series works, if they have a really small 5-minute course, so it's gonna get really beat up throughout this day, and you guys will see in a minute how it gets just worse and worse.
So yeah, TOR is a GP series, and GP series do 5-minute laps, and you do approximately 6 laps, or if it's a 6-minute lap, then you'll do 5 laps. And the funny thing about this course is, when we rolled up Saturday, the pits were a mess. I mean, people were stuck, there was hardly anywhere to park, and we said, well, we better not bring our e-bikes on the course because we'll ruin them. And we walked for like 40 minutes, and it was beautiful, not even like a drop of mud on our shoes. We went back and got our e-bikes and pedaled the whole course, and it was great. And then Saturday night it rained. And wait till you see, like, he's gonna actually flash back to, well, flash forward, I guess you would say, to like showing what the course looked like a little bit later in the day. But the crew did a really good job. There was so many course workers everywhere. They did some reroutes in the tough spots, and overall it was a great day. And like I said before, this is going to be the premier series in the New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania area. So I would definitely keep an eye on the TOR series.
Yeah, I definitely had a great time here, but the track just got really beat up, and I know a lot of people were also scared to come because it was a really cold day, and it was raining or more of a drizzle most of the day too. So I think that scared a lot of people off, but they still didn't get a bad attendance, I don't think. I'm not really sure, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the attendance was either, but it looked like a lot of people there, and a lot of fast people were there too. So Mike Lafferty was there, Jason Tino, Kyle McDonald, and a lot of other fast people there too. So it was, you know, the top guys don't normally get afraid of the bad weather.
Another problem with all this rain though was the parking. Oh, so here's the endurocross section, which they have at all the TOR races. Pay attention to what this straightaway up ahead looks like. A bunch of grass, looks like some fun course, right? And then, like, this whole straightaway is just, I mean, it looks difficult, but it doesn't look like it's bad. See, I can jump over that little pile thing. This is what it's gonna get to. It's definitely a lot harder. I mean, I'm barely getting up these tires. I'm trying to hit them at an angle. Look at how big this hole is. I get stuck here for a little while, and that's not even the only time. So make sure you guys keep watching because the whole track is gonna look like that. And but here I'm battling with Dom. I thought I was gonna pass him in the endurocross section. He made a couple mistakes, but I didn't end up getting to do that. Another straightaway right here doesn't look bad, and then you look at it later in the race, and people are getting stuck everywhere. I fell once or twice, I don't know, once in that straightaway, and the whole course just got really bad. So it gets pretty exciting, I think.
And that's funny how you just say really bad, because you won almost every race you entered, and so did I. So as bad as it was, we loved it. And I don't know about you, Ryder, but I've always loved mudder events. Like, I don't know why, but I excel in it. And the funny part about it is, like, where we live, it can rain for a week. There's never any mud higher than your rim. It's just all iron. But for so many years of racing and so many mud events, I feel like I just got good at it. And the last tour race I did, I got 4th in class and maybe like 7th overall. And this race, I got 2 first places and 1st overall, which actually my first tour overall, which was really good for me. So, I mean, one person's bad is another person's great. So I thought it was really good, but tough.
Yeah, I guess I could have said that differently. I was having a great time the whole race, every race, but it was just the course was just really difficult to get through. But this spot right here, especially first moto, it was so fun hitting these jumps. Like they were laid out nice. Like we've been to other races that aren't moto tracks and they try to incorporate jumps, it just doesn't work. Here in Endurocross section, Dom, it looks like the same clip. Dom kind of made the same mistake, I think, as he did the last lap. I'm able to just sneak by him on these 2 little logs, and you'll see this is just a back cam of where I got by him. And maybe it's because I think this is basically my house. My house is so much rocks. I feel like I really excelled in this section. Like if I wanted to pass someone and we both came into the section at the same time, I didn't feel as in any of my races there was someone that I couldn't really pass. I just felt really good on it.
So that's one interesting thing about the Tour series. Like some people are rock riders, some people are sand riders, some people are motocross riders. Everyone's got their specialty, but to win a Tour, you got to be good at everything because they're going to have high-speed sections, they're going to have technical sections, they're going to have motocross sections. It really tests you on all levels, and it's exciting. It's really exciting. I'm so excited for this series.
I know a bunch of people are saying that this is just like a J-Day, like that the Tour series is just like J-Day, and it is. It's very similar, but one of the differences my dad and I found between the J-Day and the Tour is that in the Endurocross section, J-Day always has jumps, usually, that if you don't do them, you're losing a lot of time, and it doesn't feel like they have those jumps that could lead to you getting hurt or any sketchy problems at Tour.
They do or don't?
They don't. Sorry, I don't know if I said they do.
At Tour they don't.
Yeah, at Tour they don't. Coming into this corner, I got hole shotted by my friend Evan Moyer, but you can't see because he's in front of me right now. And then to the left right here is Dini, and in the first corner you saw Noah Karashak fall over. But I wasn't that happy with this hole shot, but it wasn't the worst either.
So that's the schoolboy class, right? So there's 250s, 125s. Like they're not limited to 105s, which is what you're riding, right?
Yeah, but the person that actually got the hole shot is right behind me now, Evan Moyer, and he's riding his friend Matty Sims' bike, I'm pretty sure. So he was also on a Super Mini.
That's amazing. On a borrowed mini bike, he gets the hole shot.
Yeah, he's probably never done a start or even kick-started that bike in his life.
So let's just go back for a second to the extreme section. So I think, and maybe I just wasn't following, but in Tour, they do a very, very good job with the extreme section. It did get exceptionally tough because of the weather, but I think they do a really good job.
This is just a replay of the start, by the way, from the front view.
Okay, so in J-Day, I felt like it was more risky. Like they had these giant log double jumps where if you didn't do them, you were screwed, and if you did do them and you didn't make it, you probably weren't going to finish the race. And so it's, even though it was tough and it's supposed to be tough, the extreme section at Tour, I didn't find it dangerous. I just found it tough. But it was so tough actually that for a while, Mike Lafferty tried to do something and he ended up falling over and DNFing that race because of that. And what's funny is I didn't even know it was Mike Lafferty. He was in your race, and well, obviously because he DNF'd, you beat him. But the next race, you guys were neck and neck the whole race, even though he started a minute ahead of you. And, Mike's pretty much retired now, so, he's not expected to win, but, he's won so many national championships. It's just an honor to be competing with him. And if you didn't fall those times, and you fell because you just weren't riding good, but if you didn't fall in the extreme section, you would have beat him in the second race, but instead he beat you by 15 seconds. But I'm still very happy with that. That was good. Congratulations, Ryder.
Thank you.
So just to give you the results for the day, Ryder went 1-1 in the Super Mini class and 1-1 in the schoolboy class, but also went 1-1 overall in the youth class and 1-2 overall in the AVET A Senior schoolboy class, and 1-2 in that race gave you the overall as well too. So Ryder got 2 overalls for the day, and as I mentioned before, I got an overall, so we got 3 out of the 6 overalls that day, because there's only 6 total at the Tour Series. And I don't think we like normally would do that well. Maybe Ryder would, but not me. So might never happen again.
I don't know if they'd allow this, but you think they would also let 105 on the 125? Like, so at TOR they do this thing called a 125. By the way, I just made the pass for the lead on my friend Dini Landon Wentz. They have this thing called the Dash for Cash, and it's a race with all the 125. So it's like a 2-stroke 125 race, and I wonder if they would let the 105 in there too. That'd be cool if I could race with all of them.
That's a really neat idea. We should propose that. It should be up to 125. And by the way, Mike Beeler won that 125 Dash for Cash. And oh my God, I think he just had that throttle locked all the way around the course. That was funny.
Yeah, I was watching it. I was like, whoa, that's sick. A lot of people were going to the outside on those 3 logs right there. I felt like it was a lot easier for me to go on the inside and then just like do a little bit of a Graham Jarvis turn, or at least try to. I'd like to think I was doing a Graham Jarvis turn.
So at the end of the day, this looks like a lot easier than it was. Let's put it this way. It's kind of like when you watch Supercross on TV. You're like, yeah, if I was a little better, I could do that. No, like I could never do Supercross. And this was a lot harder than it looked. And our Brazilian friend Vinny came up to me and said, in the race that I was in, which was, I should have pointed it out. I wasn't quite in the A-class race, the one I won. The race that I was in that had the women's pro, women's amateur, all the seniors, super seniors. Nobody, not one person, he said, did the extreme section. I don't know. Did you say you saw someone else do it, Ryder?
I'm not really sure. I think maybe 1 or 2 people did it, but I don't know if any of them cleaned it like you did.
Yeah, so it definitely got really tough. I saw top A riders. As a matter of fact, one of our friends who finished 40-something overall at a national enduro with 850 riders, I saw him go around the extreme section. Like 40-something overall out of 850 riders is a good rider. So it got tough.
Yeah, this straightaway right here was so loose. I was just holding it wide, and then you come into this corner, and I just kept sliding right over that berm because I was coming in way too fast.
All right, so who is this, and what is he trying to do here? Is he just being nice? Is he like doing his like wild man imitation? What was that?
I think he's just waving to the camera, but I don't really know. It looks funny though. I just wanted to put him in the video.
Yeah, if you're watching this video, say hello and tell us what's up. Like, were you afraid he was going to run you over? I don't get it. So I know I say this every video, but if you can please like, subscribe, and comment, that would be a huge help to Ryder. He works hard on these videos, he works hard on his race program, and those things really help a lot. So here's the optional extreme section. So if you went left, you didn't have to do the extreme, but it would have taken you an extra 15 seconds. Wow, what just happened there?
So the TOR series is gonna be a up-and-coming series next year, I think, my dad thinks, but they only had 3 races this year, kind of as like a trial run, I guess. And sadly, my dad and I weren't able to go to the first race because we had a GNCC that weekend. But it would have been nice if we could go to the first race and we could have contention or maybe points for the championship. Still really fun racing them though. And 2 of the 3 races they had this year have gotten really bad rain. And it's really bad luck for a new series to get that much rain. It kind of sucks for them, but they're still doing really good.
Oh yeah, and they're really committed to doing well. They bought some pretty heavy-duty construction equipment. They bought all the scoring equipment. They have a ton of volunteers. So they're committed, but unfortunately, this really hurts their pocketbook when it rains like this. Kind of a bummer. So normally we put the podium speech on here, but when Ryder's on the podium, which by the way, he won a 5-gallon pail of race fuel, which is really awesome. Like usually you go to a race and you win a can of chain lube or a set of gloves that don't fit you. So how nice is that to get a 5-gallon pail of race fuel from Power Mist? That was really great. And I won a set of VBC brake pads, which is the brake pads I use. So that was great too.
So usually when races are at this area, it's within like a mile. Millville, sorry. It's at this track called Field of Dreams, and it's a motocross track. Every single year, any track there is the same. You do most of the motocross track, and then you have like a mile and a half of woods. But this track was actually, here's Dom and I going back and forth a lot. He's definitely my biggest competitor for the Super Mini class. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, this was across the street at the car racing track, or the go-kart track, I guess it is. And it was weird because I don't think anybody really knew that there was a lot of trails here. But the trails were good. I mean, well, they kind of made the trails, but everything we were riding felt really fun to ride, and it had good flow to it too. So whoever made the trails made them really well.
Yeah, so this was at NJMP, which is New Jersey Motor Park, I guess, Motorsports Park. And it's like a race car, motorcycle, street bike track. And it's so beautiful. Like, we had to drive like a couple miles, it felt like, to get into where the race was. And yeah, there was no trails here. They made all this. By the way, you guys are having a good battle here. You and Dominic battle everywhere. ECA, D6, oh, he just screwed that up. And now TOR. So back to New Jersey Motorsports Park. So I saw these giant buildings with garages, and it kind of made me think, like, if you're racing cars, where do you test them? You have to, like, you can't just, like, drive up and down your road with a race car. So I guess, man, that's an expensive sport. They have to rent garages, but they're way more than garages. Like, it looks like they had, like, full-on living quarters, like condominiums above the garages. And some of those doors were huge, like the size of like a fire station would have. So all different, like, put the trucks in there. It's amazing how much money goes into that sport. So this was a really cool place, and I didn't even know it. They said they rent go-karts and have birthday parties, and it's like a place we might go back and visit.
Yeah, it sounds pretty cool from what you're saying. Starting in the school bar race, I ended up starting on the second row, and it was not as bad as I thought it would have been. Everybody was so nice about moving over this race. Even the first race, when I was catching up to the leaders, like the first overall leaders, they were just letting me by because I don't know why. I guess they knew I wasn't in their class, but it was really nice of them to let me by like that.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to tell that you're not in their class because there's very few mini bikes in the Vet A, Senior A, and schoolboy classes, so you can hear that bike coming kind of from a mile away. That would have been kind of cool, though, if you could have started on the front row with Mike Lafferty to see how that would go.
That would have been really fun. Maybe he would have pushed harder, too, and he would have gotten even farther than me, too. So, I mean, it's really hard to tell, but, what was I gonna say? I forget. Oh, right here, you see, I don't know, I forget his name, but the rider in the black in the white gear, he goes around the Endurocross section, and it's going towards the end of the day, and I kind of wanted to make my goal to not skip the Endurocross section at all. So I'm going through the Endurocross section, and I make a couple of mistakes, and it's not much faster. It's I almost get passed by him, but I end up making the pass on him. But you're gonna see in a second. I go over this little log section with firewood, and my dad told me to go to the outside, but of course that means I should go to the inside. So I come to the inside here, and not even nearly enough speed, and I'm sliding. And thankfully the course workers helped me out because I had no traction at all. I was just stuck here.
Oh my God, that was so slippery. I went the whole day through that without a problem. As a matter of fact, I was surprised I was able to go through it, and at the end of the day, that's where I fell to. That was the toughest part of the whole Endurocross section.
And if you guys see to the left there, I keep looking to the left because I wanted to make sure that I passed the guy that passed me when I started the Endurocross section. Sorry.
So this right here, this is probably the toughest part of the whole day, for sure. So somebody sent me a video of me going through this and through the mud, and man, you feel like you're doing so well, especially when you're leading like the overall in your race, and then you watch the video and you're like, that's it. I look like I'm gonna fall over, tip over. So, but yeah, it's still a hell of a lot of fun. But you can see those big ruts building up before those greasy logs. So tough. So just going to do a quick shout out to our sponsor, Scott Goggles. There definitely is a difference between Scott Goggles and other goggles, and having Scott Goggles on a day like today was really crucial and really good for us. So thank you very much, guys.
Right here, another part where the course workers really helped out. I didn't hit that with enough speed also, but it was just a really difficult obstacle to get over once it got that huge hole in the beginning. But I finally get over. I'm tired, like I'm probably out of breath at this point because I just spent all my energy getting over that log, and I come into this section, and obviously I wasn't doing something right because you're about to watch why actually. There's a big rut on the outside, and for some reason I tried to go over it without lifting up my front tire, and I fell, and I lost like 2 more positions anyway.
Yeah, that's the 15 seconds between you and Mike Lafferty, but that's the way it goes. You make mistakes, you lose positions, you lose time. No excuses. I mean, there's really almost never any excuses. If you didn't win, you didn't win. Other than maybe like a deer ran into you. Other than that, it's all on you.
So since I was doing 30-minute races and I had not a ton of time in between races, it felt like I was 30 minutes on, 30 minutes off, 30 minutes on, and I kind of liked how it was spaced out. It was spaced out really nicely because I never felt like I didn't have enough break, but at the same time I didn't feel like I was just waiting around in my gear all day waiting for the next moto. I know some people that would do a race and then immediately have another race after that, so it didn't work out for that, like for everyone, because of what class you race and whatnot, but for me it worked out perfectly. Here, it was really smoky because I guess the guy's radiator fluid or something in front of me, and I went straight into that really bad rut, and I got stuck in it because I couldn't even see it because of all the smoke. So, since we're kind of coming to the end of the video, I just wanted to explain that we don't have a podium speech because, my dad was racing during my podium, so we weren't able to get a video of that. Next race we'll try to get someone else to take a video of that. But it's pretty cool. They have a nice podium here. They give out cool trophies, champagne, so I'll get a video of that. And let us know also if you guys have done any tour races or if you're thinking about them, because they're really fun and you should definitely check them out. But we just want to say thank you, and we'll see you in the next video, guys. See you. Bye.
Have a great holiday too if we don't talk to you. Take care. Bye.